y'all. Well, welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is Mental Health and Wellness. This is a course that I put together to offer at my local community college, and I am also putting it here on my YouTube channel. I do have a workbook that I made. If you would like a copy of that, go ahead and email me at ascendingwithashleigh@gmail.com, and I will get you a PDF. Today is, how many more lessons do we have? Oh wow, we have a lot more of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 more classes. So I really quickly just want to go over the framework of this. I'm not approaching this mental health and wellness from a institutionalized or status quo framework. This is a radical mental health framework, and radical simply meaning we look to the root of the issue to understand the symptoms or causes and effects, right? Cause and effect. So the very first class we did, we talked about the ABCs of wellness, which are the affective, behavioral, and cognitive. So affective is how you feel about something, behavioral is how you act on something, and cognitive is how you think about something. Very important to understand when we're talking about this in this context that the ABCs are not always present, these attributes are always present, but they're not linear. So they each inform the other, right? So it's like a cyclical, it's not necessarily cyclical. There's some sort of relational patterning that's happening between how you think, how you feel, and how you act. Balance is always changing as we interact with the world around us, okay? So as new stressors or situations arise that impacts how we think, feel, and act on certain things, right? Like if you're driving and someone runs a red light, you're probably gonna step on your brake to avoid getting hit by that person, right? So again, it's situational based, okay? And it's non-linear, so it's always changing, okay? Very important to understand that. That is not the way that we usually think about mental health or wellness, or even just existing in general. So, alright, so today we're going to be talking about the systems of control. If this is the first time you're seeing me, we have also covered mental health, emotional health, physical health, the environment in which we are finding ourselves. So today we have systems of control. The systems we live in are not the best for our whole well-being. In fact, these systems thrive on our need to consume and perform. These systems are not based in our natural world, and they do not want authenticity. They prefer fakeness, aesthetically pleasing solutions, and the need to control others instead of focusing on balancing ourselves out and living from a space of love and harmony. Okay? We're very disconnected from nature and from each other and from ourselves in this society, and that's how they are able to keep us in line, because we are non-linear beings, but we do practice day-to-day very linear activities. Wake up and get ready, go to work, right? Eat at these times, right? It's a very, very organized space, okay? I do have some introspection questions for this, so you can think about your own, the way that you're being controlled by these systems, the way that you are performing for someone else outside of yourself, okay? How do you cope with these systems? How do you abandon yourself because of these systems in place? How do you navigate your career, home, love, friendships, and yourself? Do you feel like you are able to live authentically? Do you feel like something is missing? What feelings do you have about these systems? Do you feel like your life in these systems is sustainable? And how do you find your balance? So, these again are all informing each other, okay? So if we are in a very rigid environment, I'm getting like military of some sort. So say you're having to go through boot camp. Obviously, that's a really harsh example, not radical. That's a harsh example of systems of control, pretty extreme. But a lot of people have to go through intense trainings to carry out their career choices and stuff. So I hope that these help you figure out. My goal here is for us to start reclaiming our lives, reclaiming our agency. I think, especially in this moment, especially if you are in the United States, it's a critical moment to be reimagining how things could be and making that happen alongside whatever the fuck this is that we're living through. I am on the side of abolishing ICE. We are not going to agree to disagree on that. You either are pro-humanity or not. So if this isn't your shit, then you don't have to stay here, okay? But that's probably impacting your mental health, because being hateful and selfish is very, it's not balance, okay? I hope this helps. Next week we're going to talk about demands and obligations. Have a good one.